Hello and welcome to the Football Brehz podcast. I am your host today, Kieron, and today on the panel, I got it right this time. To my left, we have Kadus, Chelsea fan. To my right, we have Dwayne, Liverpool fan. And some of you are thinking, hold on a second, this guy looks familiar. Down here, back in the building, first time this season, we have Isha, Liverpool fan. Oh, yeah, show the cup. Turn it a bit more.
Yeah, man. Here you go right here.
That's a problem.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
boy.
probably one of the most legendary moments in football history.
I got five
That
on it.
moment right there is probably one of the most legendary moments in football history, man.
It's not that legendary. It's okay.
It is.
Anyway, let me give you an intro as well. Don't worry, we got one more person. I'm back from the gulag. We have Mokta. Let's give a round of applause to Mokta. He's back. Let's give a round of applause. He's back. Hey, he made it. Yes.
I'm coming for fire, so don't.
Okay, so on today's podcast, we're going to be discussing the Arsenal versus Newcastle game. That's Saturday at 12:30. We've got the Liverpool Southampton game, which is at 3 o'clock. And we also have the big game of the weekend, which is Chelsea versus Man United, which is at 4:30. But before we get into that, should we talk about last week's games? We might as well, right? We might as well. So let's go with the biggest grin. Let's go with Kadus. Kadus, you've been grinning from ear to ear. Obviously, your game, really good game. Your game against Leicester, you rolled them over. Where should we start, man? You look formidable. What's going on with Chelsea? Who can stop Chelsea?
Let me caveat that by saying that Leicester were also missing Tielemans and Fofana, and their form hasn't been that good this season. So I was kind of expecting to obviously do them over. However, there's always that weird one with Chelsea after like an international break or any sort of break. That half-12 slot never really suited us. So one thing that I wanted to see the most from that game was just for Chelsea to actually have some vigor about them. I knew there was going to be a lot of rotations. I think Chelsea's been the most rotated team in the Premier League this season so far. So expect some rotations. And yeah, everyone stepped up to the plate. It was a very professional performance back to front. Mendy, anyway, I can wax Liverpool about that guy for days now. But let's just talk about Reece James at the moment, yeah? Like this guy, I've been banging. Listen, how long have I been?
What are you going to say? What are you going to say? You've been talking about him and nobody else was listening. Is that what you're going to say?
I've been 2 seasons, bro. 2 seasons. You can't say nothing. I'm bulletproof right now. Let me tell you something right now. Everything that you're saying is bouncing off me. I'm telling you right now. But you know what? It's one of them ones, man. We've had a lot of injuries. There's been some question marks about how we're playing, but we seem to be clicking into gear right now. And not only are we still being resolute defensively, but also piecing together our attacks a lot better. Hudson-Odoi has come into his favourite position and he's been excellent. And I think he's now starting to show why Chelsea have favoured him for so long.
That's why.
Yeah, he's playing consistent games. Yeah, and
I'm saying it's because Lukaku's not playing. That's why your attack is fluid.
Okay, cool. Listen, but that's fine. I mean, that's another argument too. That's another argument.
Kamal's gonna be in the comments saying
listen, it's pinging off me. It's pinging off me, brother. Yeah.
Oh my days.
But no, listen, I don't want to spend too long on it because, to be honest with you, against Leicester, form wasn't good. We should expect to beat them, and we did comfortably. We could have scored another 4 or 5 goals.
Three offside goals or something like that, right? Just chalked off.
Say again?
He had 3 offside goals chalked off.
Yeah, chalked off. I mean, a couple of them was a bit questionable, but I mean, it is what it is. But so I'll count him in my head. You know what I mean? I'll count him in my head. But yeah, man, I think now we're starting to tick. Ziyech is now starting to play like he wants to play for Chelsea. So but we'll see. We'll see, innit?
Who?
Okay.
Comfortable onto the next one.
Ziyech. Okay, let's go. Isha, you have I've all the teams on the panel today. We've got Chelsea, we've got Arsenal, United. You have actually played Chelsea. Do you see any chinks in their armor? Do you see any way they could be slowing down? Because at the moment, the top of the league.
Nah, Chelsea looks like the type of team in the minute where the only thing that can really beat them is either another world-class team on their day that's better or themselves. So Chelsea looks like they can just about beat anyone in the league, and they will come up against either a strong Liverpool or a strong City side that might be able to take the points off them, and that's about it. I can't see much else.
Anyway,
yeah, you might. I mean, the thing is with Chelsea, right? They're just so good at the back, but against the pacey attack like United, that might change. You don't know, but they're good in the air. Mendy's commanding of his box, so they're not really susceptible to free kicks. They attack very quickly. They've got Kante in the middle that stops anything. It's
Kante's not playing.
disgusting.
He's injured. Kante's injured. He's not playing.
Yeah, but even without him, they look good.
Don't need Kante,
But then-
but let me tell you. Oh, listen, you ain't. Bro. I'm liking this right now. So
Just
You know
trying-
what though, yeah?
Yes,
You know what, though,
trying
yeah?
to
I'm not on the Loftus Cheek bandwagon yet. I think he's good, but I'm not on that train yet. I want to
No,
see
that's
more
only
from him.
Kadus. That's only
He's
Kadus.
looking good, but I
you
want to
left the
see
carriage,
him on that level for a while.
Listen, we've left the carriage open for you, my brother. So you're more than welcome to
Oh my days. This is, I'm
But
telling
Reece
you,
James is on fire. Reece is on fire. I'll give you that.
Yes, man. Yes, I'll call him Rick James. Dwayne, you've been quiet. I think it's time for you to get your piece in, man. Let's talk about the big game of the weekend. Liverpool
just
versus
gone?
Arsenal. Yes, my friend.
Ooh,
It's time for you to shine, man. It's time for you to shine. Let's go.
I wasn't here last week, but I was in the comment section. I was waiting. I was seeing what the Arsenal fans were saying. I love the confidence that the Arsenal fans had.
That's why Kemal's not here. That's why he's not here.
It's
Oh
beautiful
my
playing.
days.
It's beautiful playing Arsenal. I love it.
Kemal's not here because you guys taught him a lesson. Ben's not here because Spurs are shit. So that's
You know, Malta, how do you feel not being the host? Because you're just letting them go, man. You're letting them go. You know what I'm saying?
I'm liking it.
I'm telling you.
I like the
My
energy.
guy is
right now.
living
He
the
is
dream right now,
ready.
I like
boy.
the energy right now. Kamal,
He's ready.
It's really
Listen,
fun.
Kamal's in house arrest. So anyone, if you know Kamal's address, please just send him a care package. Just send him your wishes. Just let him know that we love and we care for him.
My days.
Let Kamal know that he's loved. Ben, I don't know what's going on with him. He won his first game and he's upset. That's your Tottenham, man. Like, you win your first game, but you're still upset. I don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a lot of things last week. I saw people's first 11s. If they was going to do a team out of Liverpool and Arsenal, I started seeing people putting more Arsenal players over Liverpool players.
Are you for real?
Real.
I'm
That's
serious.
interesting.
I'm serious. A lot of football.
Kieron, is this what you guys are doing now?
I'm hosting. I'm neutral. Remember, when I'm hosting, I'm neutral, so I don't really get into trouble with that. To be quite honest.
Nah, we're not asking you what you were doing though. What's your fan base doing, bro?
Ramsdale, I'm very impressed with. Ramsdale, I'm very impressed with though.
It could have been a lot more goals if it wasn't him, man.
He kept you lot in that game a bit longer than what the scoreline says. It should have been much more, but Ramsdale is on amazing form. Actually, it's a sound purchase. I know a lot of people clowned Arsenal at the beginning of the season thinking, 30-40 million for Ramsdale.
Let's wait.
Yeah, let's wait. Come on. It's only
Really? Guys,
it's been 12 games, 13 games.
He's looking good though. I can't lie. He is looking good.
He is
really good.
Can I just
Someone better than Leno. Let's put it that way.
But then Thiago looked good in the first game that he played against Chelsea. Thiago looked good. Look at him now. Come on.
Which one? Thiago Silva.
Okay.
Thiago Silva is that or?
No. Do you know what? I think he's talking about that Thiago that hasn't lost the game when he's played with Fabinho. I think that Thiago, right?
But Thiago
my bad.
Chelsea in the Champions League final, one of the best centre backs in the Prem. Come on, let's. With Thiago,
At 37 as well. Don't chat to me about him. He's sick.
I wasn't about Chelsea.
No, I know it's Thiago, but I heard Isha's coming. That's why I heard Isha's coming. I was just jumping on.
You know, well, seeing as you're talking about Thiago, let's talk about Maguire.
Let's go.
So let's talk about your game against Watford. Let me try to get the results up while I've
I was not expecting that.
4-1, yes. So you lost another game. I think this is like how many games? Yeah, this is another game that you lost. Where did it go? Where did it go wrong for you, Mukhtar?
Where did it go wrong? I mean, it's been going wrong. It's not where did it go wrong. It's been going wrong. But thank you, Watford. Now we have a change in guard. Now we're going to win the league. So it's okay.
Watford.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Can you show me what's in your glass, please? What's in your glass at the moment? What are you drinking?
That is straight vodka right there.
That's strong. I'm not gonna lie. That's strong.
On a more serious note, it's probably the worst performance I've seen this season from United. Like the players didn't look. They look rubbish. They look rubbish. They didn't look like they were up for anything. It looked like there was no ideas. De Gea came out after the game saying, "We don't know what we're doing on the ball. We don't know what we're doing off the ball." From a player, from the time a player comes out and he says that, that's damning on the manager and the coaches. So me seeing that game, I knew straight away. Okay, Ollie's done. He's done for. He's gone. And like, don't get me wrong, I like Ollie, and you guys all know that I like Ollie, but he's not a good.
You love him, man. Yeah, you was crying when
I
he.
don't know about love. I
Yeah,
like
no,
Ollie.
you're a bit upset. You're a bit emotional when the
No. I'm not your guy, your Chelsea guy who wanted Lampard into the death. No, I'm not him. I knew a change.
You're posting like little like video montages. You know what I mean? Like, I be
What video montage did I post?
I don't know. With
Okay, cool.
Right. Oh, and hold that note, because there's been a person's name that's been mentioned today, and I just want to say a couple of words. So let's see what this guy's saying. Oh, who's that? Hey.
So I've been hearing someone been talking. You've been missing.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kicking you straight out.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Come on. I tried to give you a moment. You come and sound like Robocop on steroids, bro. What's going on?
No, that's like insane right there.
Don't bring him back on. Bro.
Oh my God.
Don't bring him back on, man.
Oh my day.
Oh
my. Yeah, okay. Let's get to the comments real quick.
That sums up Arsenal season, innit? Like here 1 minute, gone the next.
I love it. So,
can I just say before you get in the comments, bro? I just want to say Isha shouted it out actually when he was talking about the preview, and he was saying this is going to be like a 4-5-0 game.
Yeah.
And here I come, Mr. trying to throw some sort of logic in there, but listen, Arsenal might actually do the business. They might actually,
crumbled. You can't after the first goal. After the first goal, crumbled, man. Apple. I'm telling you.
Game over.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, let's get these comments. There's loads to get through. Kemal, fix your Wi-Fi. So we have APTV. We have Let's Go. Hello, APTV. APTV again. Man like Isha and OS is back. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, we had to get 12 Infinity Stones just to get Mukta back today. We got Jules saying, "Wow, yes, Jules, I know it's big."
What is that?
Jules again. I don't know. He hasn't done his bed yet. OS is back and isn't hosting.
Yeah.
He wanted to be part of the panel today, man.
Yeah.
Mazza, we know. Okay, he's bigging you up. When someone backs you up, doing what's that word called? When you're okay, we keep on going. D-Dub and Isha. Let's go. Cool. We got Wolfstar in the building, Man Like Semp in the house. What's good? Thank you. Yes, Semp, when you're ready. He said he's ready, man. He said he's ready for this.
Yeah.
APT again. OS is on smoke. We got Jules. Shout out to the belated B-Day boy. That's happy belated, man. Happy belated,
man.
There we go. There we go. Man,
celebrating it right, innit? Celebrating right.
Okay. We got Jules. Did someone get fired for saying Dennis Rice? Yeah.
No, he got fired.
He got fired for poor Wi-Fi. That's who got fired. Jules. Mock came back with fire. APTV. What about AW? What does AWB stand for?
You know what it stands for. Let's move on.
Oh yeah, I do.
I think it's absolute waste bread. That's what I think it might be.
Isha. I was dope.
I will say something before we move on with that. I will say something like, yes, I'll take it back with the whole AWB conversations with James and Trent. I'll take that back. But Villarreal, we played them 2 games. First game, remember, he weren't playing, and Dallo got ripped apart by their left forward. I don't know if you remember that.
Danjuma, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AWB came back yesterday. Danjuma's in the pocket. Just remember that.
Mm-hmm. That's all nice. Nobody actually cares about that. APTV, like Isha. Yep. More AWB best in the universe. People know. We got Shane again. Reece James is just unplayable at the moment. Props to him and screw him out.
I need all that negative energy. I'm just storing it, man.
Why was that even necessary?
I have no idea, man. OSN is smoke already. We got Jules 98 mil.
Again,
your team is better without him.
Again.
Okay.
What happens when AFCON comes though?
Moving like Pogba.
There we go. Yeah.
People are busy today. He always wanted to play, but Chelsea wasn't on his source. Okay.
Jeez.
Jules is active, boy. He wants to be on the podcast. Eric is at the wheel. United to beat Chelsea. Okay. Jules is also smoking something. We got Kemal. Jules is talking a lot. I just said it, man. I literally just said it. Jules again. Bun the 4-letter a man. Bun the 4-letter A man. Oh, okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, what does that mean? Because I didn't get it. What does that mean?
Yeah,
I didn't either. I just tried to scoot across it. I just tried to scoot across it, man. I tried to make you feel good. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay,
Jeez, we need an explanation, man. Kemal, learn
to clean your room. That's what you mean. Learn to clean your room. He's talking to Jules. Learn to clean your room. Just forgot to like clean. Just tell Kemal to stop typing.
Thank you, translator. The worst thing is he wants to come back on, man. He's still down there. He's waiting to get in the stream again.
Yes, Sam. Yes. Let me just jump in this. Big up Trev Chalobah, right? This guy has come in out of the blue. Nobody knew who he was, and every time he's played, it's been more or less 8 to like 10 out of 10 performance. He hasn't put a full box.
You didn't know who he was too.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. No one knows.
The transfer ban has been amazing for you, man. Look at all the players you're coming through your ranks now. If it wasn't for that transfer ban, you've been buying with these random players. We got Jules saying subscribe to the thing. Thank you, Jules, letting people know already. APTV Carrick at the wheel. Okay, it's very true.
Carrick will do better than Conte at your club. Anyway, keep going.
Oh, okay. Got M Clark, the return of Mukhtar. I told you he's back.
Who's M Clark?
He was the Everton fan.
Oh, man, like
Clark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now we know. Kemal Dempster, I'm here, but your Wi-Fi is rubbish. I set the confidence for us, man, last week. That's very true. You were talking a lot, but you always do. Kemal, so man talk OS. So much talk OS. Apologies. So much. Yeah, I'm correcting myself a lot. My name's not Kemal. Jules just laughing out loud. Okay, we're gonna see from that one. ABT, I wanted to sit down. Don't make me jump on OS. Yeah, Ben wants to jump in as well. You know, everyone wants to smoke today.
Yo, Ben.
Why are you screaming? I told this guy don't talk during this podcast. If you're busy, he said he was busy. My guy,
Ben, come man.
Conversations.
Bro, there's £200 on the table. If you don't want to take that, don't come on here. We don't want to hear it.
Ben, we want to know about this bet. Don't be shook now, man.
What is it?
The bet is whether Carrick's in charge or not, we're finishing above Spurs this season.
Ben's like he's got no 2G on his phone now. Watch this.
It don't matter if they have Conte, Pep, Klopp, it's Spurs.
Jules is saying Ramsdale's back is still hurting from the carry.
Really keen energy, innit?
Jules again now.
Yo, Kieron just like bypass that one.
I'm trying. I'm reading comments. There's comments. There's comments, man. Jules says always hold it. Jules again.
Okay, Jules one AWB. Boring now. Jules is
so we'll skip out Jules then. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see Jules' comments anyway. He's just chatting about APTV. Man said gonna win the league. I think he was being you was joking, right? Mukhtar? You was joking when you said you're gonna. Okay, cool. Just because some people don't.
Spurs fans will take it serious. That's
I know. Because he thinks he's gonna win the league. It's crazy.
Ben wasn't free to come on, so he's in the chat.
Boy, got that on record. We got Stemp again or Wolfstar. OS said United gonna. People are on you now. People taking notes.
Stemp, don't die, bro. Don't die.
Wolves have no chance.
Don't fall for that.
Big up, Stemp.
Okay, so Stemp, hold on. Go back to the previous comment.
You know what the comment says, man. Don't try bully people. Oh my! It says Wolves have more of a chance of winning the league.
Wow. Okay, so Semp, that £200 on the table for you too. So if you want to come on there, United are finishing above Wolves this season, no matter what our managerial situation is. Let's go.
Wow. And then after that, you play at FIFA, Wolves versus Man United. And
if you want, you and Ben can share the money, like 100 you and 100 Ben.
Wow. Like that. Oh my. Jules, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to skip out there your comments because you're just laughing at people. But thank you for the comments anyway. We got Shane, Kemal with a Norwich shirt. Yeah. I'm glad you saw it. I'm glad you saw it. Okay.
You might as well just move on because there's too many comments.
Okay, we'll come back to the comments a bit later if we have time then. But you did bring it on yourself. So I tell you what, let's run through things quickly because there is quite a few games to talk about.
What you say?
But I said we're gonna run through things quickly because there is quite a few games to talk about. Yep. Okay, cool. I know. Allow me. I'm nervous. So the first game of the weekend we have Arsenal versus Newcastle. Now this is going to be an early kickoff. It's going to be the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday.
Early kickoff, man.
I know, right? But as things stand, apart from the Liverpool defeat, Arsenal have been in good form. Newcastle quite opposite. I don't think Newcastle have actually won a game this season. The best they've done is draws. So
I think they're the only team that's not won a game yet.
Yeah, because even I think this season I think Norwich have won twice now. They've won twice now. So I think more than anything, this should be an easy enough win for Arsenal in the form that both teams are in. Mukhtar, what do you think going forward? What do you think Arsenal need to do to secure the win? Do you think they can bounce back quickly, or do you think it's going to be another defeat for them?
You want my banter response, or do you want the serious response?
Listen, it's the first time you haven't hosted, man. I just let you listen. The reins are free.
No,
man did it. When man does this, you know it's about to go down.
No, you know what though? I ain't gonna lie. You know what? This is gonna be a test for Arsenal because they lost. So it's going to be interesting, and they lost badly as well. They didn't just lose; they got embarrassed. So it's going to be interesting to see if this shoots their confidence, if they're able to come back. I mean, Newcastle is probably the best team they could have hoped to play. You know, Newcastle or Norwich. I mean, those are the two teams that you would want to play. So I just think if Arsenal do continue the form that they were in before Liverpool, I think they'll have no problem beating Newcastle for sure.
And what going over to you as well, Isha? You just whooped us. You took us to the cleaners. You left us by the roadside. It wasn't nice. Do you think Arsenal have the capabilities of bouncing back after that huge defeat?
Yeah, you do, man. But the problem is it's a young dressing room, and I don't see leaders. Aubameyang's not really a leader. So when it comes to bouncing back from a game like that, yeah, you need a strong captain. You need a strong manager that's going to put that belief back in the team. And I'm not sure you guys really have that in your dressing room. So at Newcastle, like under Eddie Howe, look like they're more attacking as well. So that might actually be another 2-2, 3-3 draw because they're just going to dash the kitchen sink without even thinking about what the hell they're doing. And Arsenal's defense is not as amazing, I think, as people think. So I do believe that could be a more interesting game than people might make it out. I expect the Arsenal win, but I wouldn't be surprised to see 3-3 again Newcastle.
But didn't Eddie Howe get COVID? I think he got COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, he got COVID,
yeah. He was coaching the last game from home, apparently. I don't know if he'll be back, but yeah, man, his coaching staff's there anyway, so they'll be instilling the whole thing anyway. But
I think
it wouldn't surprise me.
What do you think, Kadus?
I think we need to kind of first and foremost just break the whole idea that Arsenal are punching at the same level as Liverpool. Let's be real. Liverpool right now are miles ahead in terms of development and what's expected. I think right now Arsenal, you're not in Europe right now, so you got a free hit. You got a week to prepare. You should be aiming for Europa League top 4 at best this season. So I mean, if people obviously, me as a rival fan, I would want Arsenal to kind of put up some sort of fight against Liverpool. But the reality is, you're playing Liverpool. So I think there needs to be a response in terms of what's happening at Newcastle. They're not playing very well at the moment. In terms of going forward, they're shambles. It's just listen, and also I do think Arsenal have a good defensively. The only issue is you not try passing from the back against Liverpool.
One thing I would say that is positive. That is positive.
Kieron, listen, bro. You're the moderator. Yeah, just letting you know. You guys tried passing out the back. Tavares, I laughed when Tavares passed the ball.
He was awful.
I think he passed the ball to Salah, right? I laughed.
No, Jota.
It was one of the funniest things I saw. You're trying to one of the teams that embodies pressing. Right? When you think about the press, you think about Liverpool, you think about City, Chelsea every now and again. You know what I'm saying? But you think about Liverpool, right? But you try to pass from the back, and that's what. Listen, if you ask silly answers, you're gonna get. If you ask silly questions, you're gonna get silly answers. It's one of them ones, isn't it? But I think you should beat Newcastle, and if you don't, then you're a dead team. Move on.
I'll tell you what. Then, I'll tell you what. There is.
I'm not mad at Arsenal for that. You know, I'm not mad at Arsenal for passing from the back because I remember when Liverpool moved on from Hodgson, we got Brendan Rodgers in, and he installed the same thing. Like we passed from the back all the time. We became a possession-based team, and we used to do that a lot. Where we used to get the ball in the back. Brehz would, you know what the hell they were doing for maybe like a few months. We're losing the ball quite a lot. We lost a lot of games where we were losing possession in the back third. But as the team gets used to that philosophy and gets used to finding the patterns, they start to improve within that system. And Liverpool started becoming really good at playing out from the back through Brendan Rodgers' system because we just kept doing it. We never changed. We just kept doing it. And that's why I'm not really mad at Arsenal. Like, even though they got spanked for it, at least he's got an identity. He knows how he wants to play, and he knows that eventually it will come.
You know what? I need one more person. I need one more person to shed some light. So Kemal, I know you're there. Kemal, if you're ready, this is gonna be your last chance, Kemal. I'm giving you 30 seconds. If you don't go right, Kemal, I'm kicking you out. Yeah? Let's go. It's your last chance. Let's go, Kemal.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Let's go, Kemal. Tell them.
Okay, so listen, I was just typing in the comments. Arteta got it wrong. Playing out from the back. He shouldn't have done that. But hey, he tried. A lot of the problems were actually the defenders and midfield players losing the ball. They kept on making the mistake. Obviously, Liverpool was putting the pressure on them to make the mistake, but it happened again and again and again. And that was the key problem. So I'm not even going to blame Arteta that much as I normally go for him. I'm not going to blame him. It was the players that were making foolish mistakes. And literally, every time they made a mistake, Liverpool scored. So I can't even get at Arteta for that.
Isn't there an argument, though, to say that if he knew that they couldn't play that or were not ready to play that against a team like Liverpool, you have to approach it differently.
Yes, I agree with you. Me and Isha was talking on that point after the game. And his whole thing was, well, you got to think, Pep only wants to play one way. So he will keep it into them. This is how we play. This is how we play. This is how we play until they actually get it. So I'm not even going to be mad at Arteta for that game.
Yeah, it's after that as well. I think as well, fair play to him for doing that, because it's a case of like, you know, you got the balls to kind of do it, and that's the kind of game you want to play in it. So, but
if you see the thing is as well, like if Arsenal played long against us as well, they would have been finished as well.
Put it in a little bit. Might be like T-Pain, load it in a bit, right?
Come on, stay for the comments. I'm letting you go now, yeah?
Peace out. Jamaica, by the way. Yeah, Jamaica.
Huh? Okay. Jamaica? Cool. It looks like you got that Ben for it looks like that top from Ben as well. So our next game is going to be our 3 p.m. kickoff, and it's going to be Liverpool versus Southampton. Now, Isha, you've been away for quite a while, so you know what? Let's talk about what do you think your best performance this season has been?
Best performance. You see, that's a tough one.
There's been a couple.
City.
Yeah, there's been a few good ones. City was because first half against City we were awful. That was like one of the worst I've seen us play. Second half against City we were amazing, but first half we were shocking. We should have been 3-0 down at least. But United as well, we weren't amazing. We didn't have to do too much. So that's a tough one, man.
You don't rate the United.
I think our Palace.
United. We didn't play as well as you think. We played better against City probably.
Okay, they weren't good. Okay.
Yeah, Palace was good.
It's just because United are dead. That's why they beat him like that.
I think so. Yeah.
You're a bit late.
United gave it to us, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That 10 minutes ago.
I know, but I'm just hammering at home. You know what I mean? I'm excited right now.
He woke up from a sleep.
Oh man.
Okay. On a serious note, though, just like Chelsea, Liverpool are flying high, man. At the moment, there's only 3 teams in it for the league, and that's clearly Chelsea, it's clearly Liverpool, and it's clearly City as well, man. Those are the 3 teams.
Because they got Conte.
Ben hasn't won his Tottenham shirt in a while, and it's telling you something. That's the reason why. Remember, he used to come smoking the pipe and wearing a blazer when he was in finals. It's not working anymore.
Fresh trim,
now he's growing his hair. I'm telling you, it looks like he's in pain. It's a madness. So, Isha, Liverpool versus Southampton. How can you see this game being played out?
I only see a Liverpool win. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, but I only see Liverpool winning this game. Coming off the back of the last win we had as well, with some players coming back from injury, I think we should take this game. And I think it'll be relatively comfortable. I don't see Southampton troubling us too deep. They'll have a few chances, of course, but I think we're going to control the game largely. And I think we'll come out winners. Probably even another clean sheet, to be honest with you. Maybe a 2-0 Liverpool win, I reckon. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be comfortable for us.
And Dwayne, is there any injuries that you should be worried about in your team that might not make it for the game against Norwich, or do you think you've got a full
Still, I'm worried about the midfield because we're very light there. But I think we'll be fine. I'm not too confident as where the issue is right now. The thing is, Southampton did play badly against Norwich the other day, but let's not forget as well, they did beat Villa. They beat Wolves as well recently. They did have a draw with Chelsea in the League Cup game, which went to penalties, if I'm not mistaken. So Southampton can put up a fight when they are, and to be honest, over the last few seasons, they have been one of our bogey teams. So I'm not going to say that's going to be a bit too easy. I don't know if it's going to be that comfortable. They will give us a bit of a fight. They know how to play football. And if I'm not mistaken, they beat us last season.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was one of the defeats.
Everyone beat us last season.
Last season,
they beat us at home. They beat us at home.
That was at the early part of the bad one we had as well. I remember that 1-0, I think it was. Was that Danny Ings scored that goal? Yeah, that was fuming.
He's gone now. He's at Villa now, so he won't be doing that again.
That's true.
Yeah, Adams is on his J's now.
I'm just saying this. Southampton, they played good football against us, and they gave us a really good game at Anfield last season. So, like I said, I'm not really too confident as issue right now, but we are looking great.
Okay, so there's a point I'm going to touch on. Mukhtar, something that Dwayne said earlier. He said he's not too sure about his midfield. Did you watch the Arsenal versus Liverpool game?
Yep.
How do you think their midfield faced against Arsenal, and do you think they can do the same against Southampton?
I think their midfield controlled the whole game against us. So I think that's one of the main reasons why they lost, apart from, of course, individual errors. But when the good thing about Liverpool's midfield is when they click, they really do click, and they really push the opposition. They really put pressure on the opposition, and people like Salah, Mane, and all of them thrive off that. So. Doing it against Arsenal, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's going to be more difficult for them to do it against Southampton than to do it against Arsenal, because Southampton was more of a low block. So where Arsenal
going to make it harder for them.
Yeah, Arsenal tried to play them and they couldn't play them. So it's going to be interesting. I still think the midfield of Paul is going to be way too strong. It depends on who's going to play there, because he's been rotating in and out. But I think whoever he plays, I think once Ox is in there, it becomes a bit weaker than usual, I would say. I'm not saying it's weak, but it becomes weaker than usual. I think when they have Thiago, Fabinho, and who was the third one? And Henderson. When you have those, you have that balance of creativity and also discipline and being solid. I don't think they have a stronger than that.
Well, I do have to say, though, that was probably Ox's best game in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Well.
Because he wasn't injured. That's why he's usually injured.
Yeah, and it's like I was saying to some of the other Liverpool guys that I think he needs consistent amount of games to really get rolling. And now he's been playing consistently because other players have been missing. You're starting to see his form pick up. He's feeling confident in himself. He's now making certain passes that that weren't hitting before last season. Sometimes he'll make a crossfield ball, it's not going, it's not landing, or it's going way off the pitch. Now it's hitting. And
that's an element I think underrated.
What's that, Kadus?
I think that's just to add to your point, Dwayne. I think that's an element that's underrated, because when you just come back from an injury, especially if you're getting injured consistently, there's always going to be that thought in the back of your head. You may not be fully in the game because you're worried about what if I go a bit too hard.
Exactly.
So I think once you get past that mental block as well, I think I've seen that with Loftus Cheek and Hudson-Odoi as well. Once you get past that block, then you can start to develop. Ox is a player, man. You probably know the Arsenal, in my opinion.
And it's not just that. Even just to touch on that too, it's not just having a roll of games. Is sometimes players need belief that they're gonna get played consistently. There's times where some players have come back and they just get that 10 minutes of a game, but they're not going to play the next game at all. And that's what it's been so far with the likes of Ox, Origi, Minamino. You can tell sometimes they don't believe they're going to play again. So now getting that game time, you're seeing this best come out now.
Yeah, but for sure he's going to get some game time come African Cup of Nations, man. You're missing missing what? Salah, you're missing Mane,
and Keita. That's
Why?
it.
Why do you bring? Look, there's over a month to go. It got over a month to go.
No,
I know, but it needs to come sooner because the thing is, we're going to be missing our best player, who's Aubameyang. So you got to feel it as well. Mutter was not impressed at all. Mutter's face just dropped like, really?
I ain't dropping my damn drink.
So does anyone feel that Southampton may pull it off and get another win like they did last season, or do you think it's going to be like an easy win?
I think it's possible, and the only reason I say that is possible is because Liverpool are playing in the Champions League. But then you did rest a couple of players.
Yeah, but they've
qualified as well. Qualified.
We've won the group. We've actually won the group already. So
yeah, we won the group, and then I'm just having a little peep of the game, and he's still Klopp still played key players in this game. That's what
like Thiago and stuff.
And Mane and Salah.
Mane started. Firmino's. Sorry.
But I get the Thiago one because Thiago needs minutes.
Exactly.
So I get that.
And Mane and Salah will be telling him, don't drop us.
Salah
I sold him. I sold him for my team because I didn't think he was going to play. Wow. So I'm shocked he's playing.
But that's the problem last season.
He probably said, don't drop me.
I think Southampton made what Mook said. Southampton do play very well. They press the ball very well.
Yeah,
I think that Ralph Hasenhüttl has got really ticking. They had a bit of a slow start to the season. Big up Tino Livramento, by the way. Another Cobham graduate. I think I've been telling people about that guy. He's doing well.
Who's these people that you're talking to, bro?
You, everyone in the chat. Actually,
you told us about Livramento.
Oh, jeez. No, speaking of comments, let's go to these comments. There's quite a lot popping off. We've got Shane. Is it Dajuma was 50-50 to play against United? Probs. Why? I don't know, man. Listen, let me do my Kemal and get away with it, man. Right, cool. Why AWB did better against him this time around? Kemal is saying, sorry, do you want to add on to that, Mukhtar?
No, I was just gonna say I don't agree with that. I think Wan-Bissaka, he thrives in challenges like that. We all know that. When he plays against not Salah, but when he plays against top players like that, he thrives in those. His weakness is going forward and his positional awareness, as we all know. But when it comes to one-on-ones, he thrives in that. So
other qualities of a.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on, kids. That was a bit of a low blow. Kemal saying in a room. I'm guessing he's talking about Jules still.
That's Batman that you're thinking about. He's talking about Jules.
No, but we all know he's talking about Jules. You weren't here last week. You knew he's talking about Jules. Don't try it. You were APTV. Wait, Carrot better than Conte. You had something again before the show.
Go back. When did we say Carrick was better than
a Rolly?
Anyway, keep going.
It's cool. Kemal was saying, "Wow, Kieron taking the pee out of me." Okay, let's move on again. Wolfstar, I'm ready. Get me on the show. Okay, Seb. I like that. The gauntlet has been set, and let us know if you're taking out the bet as well. Kemal, Rich Man is talking. I'm guessing he's talking about Mukhtar.
No,
APTV, we not all rich like you, OS.
Nobody's rich, but anyway, keep going.
Okay, cool.
Tell Ben to come on the show. Tell Ben, don't do no comments. Come on the show like you were meant to, or do what you said you were going to do rather than being in the comments. I don't understand why you're there.
Brehz.
Well, Kemal is saying it's a Jamaican top. Yep. Right, he's gone. Didn't want to have it at all, man. Kemal saying relax. APTV, money man Mukhtar. Listen, you're acting like I'm making this up, Mukhtar. Everyone's calling you money man. You know what I'm saying? You got Rich. Yeah, what's good, Rich? Where is DEBO for these bets? DEBO, take these bets down, please. Kemal. OS is listen. I just said he rich once. These comments are cementing it. You know what I'm saying? OS is rich, putting 400 on the table. That's lunch money. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. That's throwaway. He went to go and change his trousers because he had £1,000 in his back pocket. He's got to put another pair of trousers on. You know what I'm saying? Wolf Styles laughing. You got Shane. Yo, OS, my son needs braces. I'll put profit out. Listen, I'm not going to say nothing, but that's the right person to go to anyway. Arsenal got this 2-0. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take a score prediction for later. Shane's laughing. APT OS donated that £200 to charity like Ole.
I'm not nice. Keep going.
Okay, you told keep going.
Why is Ben in the comments? Kieron, stop mentioning Ben. Don't mention his comments. Do what you meant to do. Stop procrastinating, Ben. Ben, listen, whatever it's on your to-do list, tick it off now. Let's start ticking it off.
Man, like Ben.
After we drop Orba, yeah, I said it. Just one game for now. There's a couple of people I think should get rested. I think he's one of them for sure.
No, not rested.
Again.
There's a difference.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but boy, you don't need a rest, man.
Yeah, man, he's
got bare image.
Hold on, did Kieron actually freeze, or is he pretending he's frozen? Pretending, that's pretty good. And I think he's frozen for real. I don't think he's pretending.
Oh my, yeah, no.
That's mad.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Oh my days.
He got the Kemal syndrome.
I'm starting to see a pattern.
He got the Kemal syndrome. He got
My
Kemal syndrome.
My bad.
Oh,
you know what? Let's just see what I'm gonna have a quick browse to see what people are saying. If there's anything that we can put into this podcast. You know what, guys? You've been blessed. I'll stay with the comments, but I'm so sorry. We're not gonna be able to get through all of them because we want to try and keep this podcast short and sweet.
We still got the big game as well, innit?
We do have the big game, so we might as well talk about it a bit. What is the big game? What is it, Isha?
The big game is someone is gonna get slew.
Well, it certainly ain't
someone
Tottenham.
is gonna get slew.
It certainly ain't Tottenham, so we know that ain't a big game.
You're talking. We might as well carry on talking because the last time we saw you,
go.
I think you were winning games. So that was about maybe a month and a half ago.
No, winning games last time you saw me. What are you talking about?
No. I'm pretty sure that the last game we previewed was Liverpool versus United.
The last game we previewed?
That you previewed,
What was the one before though? You said we were winning games. We didn't win the game before the Liverpool game, did we?
Oh, my bad. I tried to make you feel better, but carry on. My bad.
Okay, cool. So you failed. Okay, cool. So let's.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you some kind of grace. Kind of stepping stone.
Let's talk about this Chelsea game then. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the only reason I say that is because
you used to lose him.
The players feel embarrassed. The coaching team feel embarrassed. Like the coaching team to be there right now, Scholes said it, it's true. Like if I was there as a coaching person there, I'd feel embarrassed to still be there right now. I would walk just because it's their fault as much as Ollie, where we are. So I think they're going to be trying their best. Our record against Chelsea is a good record. It's not a bad record as well. I can't remember the last time Chelsea beat us. Maybe Kadus, you can remind me. And it's not even a bad.
In the FA Cup semi-final.
When was that? Last season? 2019. Okay, so
wow.
So our record against Chelsea is good. Like it's not even that I'm saying we beat them. It's not that. It's very tight. There's a lot of draws, and it's very very difficult. But I feel like now they've got a little bit. Now they've got that whole attacking thing going. They didn't have that as fluent before. Before it was very disciplined. It was the defense, but they were very toothless up top. Now I'm a bit concerned about that because our defense is useless at the moment. There's no Varane. There's going to be no Maguire. That might actually be a good thing because of now. So if he's not playing, who's going to play? It's going to be Lindelof, Bailly. There's none of them are leaders, So I'm very, very concerned about that. So that's the only thing I would say. I mean, of course, we have other issues across the pitch, but that I think could cost us big, through the middle. If our middle is not, strong, we could lose that game badly. So, but I'm gonna take out that negative energy. We're coming to get Chelsea. I'm sure everybody will want United to win that game because no one wants more points. So, yeah.
Well, to be honest, you've been losing so much. I don't think anyone really cares. But
they care about Chelsea.
It was very true.
Yeah,
very true.
So what you just said didn't make sense. But anyway, keep
going. No one cares about United. But Kadus, Chelsea, you've been free flowing, you've been scoring goals left, right, and center from every single position. Now you've actually got your strikers back. Do you still think you're going to have that free flowing mentality going forward?
Yeah, I think Mook brought up that point. I think it was like 2 days ago or a day ago. And I agree, man. Well, I agree to a certain extent from what you've seen. We look a lot more fluid. I don't necessarily think that's necessarily a Lukaku problem, bro. Because even when Lukaku was playing, when he wasn't scoring and he had a bit of that weirdness, I said that just in terms of our chance creation, we weren't as tight. Like that transition from midfield and our front three, they just weren't playing. So I think the goals that Lukaku did score were like half chances. The goals against Aston Villa just came out of nowhere. Well, actually, Kovacic's world-class pass, but that came out of nowhere. So, yeah, it's a weird one. I think what I'm seeing with Chelsea now is just a team that's a lot more confident. We seem to understand exactly what is needed from each individual. I think the fitness levels are there now, and I think even though the team gets switched around, every player that gets put in that position understands what they need to do. So, just how Chelsea have been playing, even against Burnley. Like Burnley, yeah, we missed a lot of chances, but we should have tucked him in early. And I just think that it's a different Chelsea that's going to be facing United on Saturday. But on the other side, I'm also a big follower of history, and history has shown that United have got a pretty good record against us. But I haven't seen them being that defensively solid this season. I haven't, like the times where Ole was playing, the counter-attacking football, defensively you were good. I haven't seen that this season. And I feel that obviously now with Maguire gone, Varane gone, you've got Lindelof, who, yeah, he's good, Bailey's good, but like I don't know how they're going to cope at Stamford Bridge. We'll wait and see. But yeah, to be honest with you, if I have to be totally real, I'm expecting 3 points. I'm expecting nothing more than 3 points, and I'm not expecting anything less than that. I think that Chelsea got the way that we're playing right now. We got to build in it, and I think that if we play how we've been playing the past few weeks, then we should do the business.
Okay, look, Dwayne. Adding on to that point, do you feel, or what do you feel about now United have a new manager? You've got Carrick in. Do you feel
we don't have a new manager? Allow it.
What's Carrick?
Caretaker, bro. Allow that.
He's your manager, bro. Let him do his thing, innit? Give me props. He's not even
interim. He's not even interim.
What happened to Oli? Wasn't Oli the same thing? No, but wasn't Oli the same thing? And then they kept him on.
Oli was the manager, bro. It's a different.
Before they made it permanent, wasn't he meant to come in as short term, and then they kept him on because he was at the wheel.
Why are you changing the subject? The subject right now is he was manager. He's not manager. He's
okay. Apologies. I'm so okay. I take that back.
Don't put that energy out there. Don't put that energy out there.
Okay, I won't.
I've seen him mentioned a couple of times though. Still.
I won't. So sorry. Let me rephrase that question. So Dwayne, Carrick is now in charge of Man United. Similar to when Oli came in, it was meant to be short term. Do you think Carrick can do a good job and stay there long term?
From what I can see,
that's rubbish. Come on, that's rubbish.
I would love it if he does stay there long term, but do you know what we're going to see from Carrick over this during his duration? We're going to see him put players into their correct position. I don't think we're going to see much of a different style of play, because I noticed yesterday he was like, all right, I'm going to put Tellez on. I'm going to put Sancho right.
Bruno on the bench.
Have a bit more help with Ronaldo up top by having a bit more of a press. That's what we're going to see. And he played Van der Beek as well. So he's going to give what fans have wanted and called for. That's what he's
What press did you see, Dwayne?
Sorry?
What press did you see, bro?
I thought Fred in the second half.
No.
It's not. It's true. It's true.
It's true. It's right. There was a press. Don't try it.
Sorry. No.
The goals came from presses. Both goals came from presses.
Exactly.
What I saw from your goals came from the press of what Fred was doing. The problem is that the rest of the team hasn't got to that particular level of pressing as a team. But what I saw was Fred was closing Villarreal down, and he won the ball back twice, which ended up with you lot scoring twice. Do you see what I mean? So if they can build on that, it can work for United. I thought Sancho looked really, really good yesterday. He looked more confident.
Yeah, fix your faces show. Anyway, keep going.
The thing is that with United, because their players, because Ole's gone now, a lot of players that were on the fringes are gonna step up and do 150% now. Van der Beek, he loads, and he burnt himself out practically in the first half because he hasn't played for he hasn't played 90 minutes for a long, long time. So you could see he was really suffering in the second half. So he had to get subbed. But he's going to fight for that position now because he knows I'm going to get that chance. Sancho, he's on the right. He's going to fight for that chance. And he put in a performance. Rashford, I thought he looked quite decent on the left as well. He's making some smart runs. You're going to see a lot of players putting forward. Tellez as well, knowing that Shaw's been... I don't know, was he injured or was he dropped?
Concussion.
Yeah, concussion.
Tellez is going to fight for that spot now. You're going to see him really up his levels, and he looked really good on the left alongside Rashford. So this weekend, you're gonna see a bit of a fight from United. I don't see him winning. I still see Chelsea being too strong, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as the way City and Liverpool beat United. I think it's going to be a very small goal margin, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I ask you a question, bruv? Do you genuinely think that United played well v Villarreal?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Dwayne?
Talking to you.
You're talking to me, Dwayne.
You.
Okay. Either. Anyone can answer.
No.
Okay, Dwayne, then you can go first. Go. I think he was talking to you.
In the second half, I felt that United did finally start to step up levels. They started having a bit more belief in themselves to the point where Villarreal, even though they was creating chances, they I would say in the last 30 minutes they were lost of ideas. They couldn't get forward anymore. I felt that United were breaking up their play.
But we have to give respect. We have to give respect. Sorry, Dwayne. Well, we have to give respect to Carrick for that. Like, I think Carrick made some good decisions in the substitutes. I think as soon as the substitutes were made, that's when United started playing well. I think we were rubbish the whole game. And I think it was 65 or 70 from that.
That's 60, yeah.
Yeah, that's when we started playing really good.
From then on, United looked comfortable. They actually looked comfortable from then on.
Boy.
Cool. So from the 70th minute?
Yeah, I would say from 65 to 70th minute, United were really controlling the game after that. And like I said, Fred,
he had a good game.
Wins back.
He had a good game.
Yeah, he had a very, very good game.
Kadus, I feel you're alluding to something, Kadus. Is there anything you want to?
I'm not alluding.
No, but
it's like you're trying to direct us. You're trying to direct people somewhere, but
United are one of those teams, right, where they can just like show up randomly. I can't see it myself. I honestly can't see it. But I'm if I'm proving wrong in it. But I don't know, man. I'm just seeing United always had the issue. They start slow second half, first half, and then they do the business in the second half. And it's the same pattern because obviously the same coaching team.
If we do the same thing again against you, we will lose.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the journey coming from.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to come back 2-0 down and overcome that. We'll lose. We'll lose bad.
And I think with Chelsea as well, knowing the record, I have a feeling that there's going to be some sort of, because even Tuchel's game with against United, we were still a bit timid. It was a draw. It was still a bit timid. I just think it's different. I just think both teams are on like different ends of the spectrum right now in terms of mentality. So I don't know. I just can see it obviously being Chelsea's day, but it is United. You've got the players. You've got Ronaldo.
It's Stamford Bridge, right? It's Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. Before we move on to score predictions, there's two comments that I wanna go through. The first one is Wolfstar. We have Chelsea's attack will be too much for United defense, in my opinion. I think we all kind of agree with that, but again, it is United, so they can turn out when they want to. And this next one, this question I'm going to pose to you, Mukhtar. Do you guys agree with Merson that CR7 signing messed up any plans Ole had for this season? As a United fan, what do you think?
I wouldn't say it messed up Ole's plans. I would question if it was a right transfer to come in, but I mean, whether CR7 came or he didn't come, I don't think Ole would have had that much of a better season than he has had. I don't think so personally, because our issues is not the players that we have. It's the system we're playing, the direction, the intention. We don't have any of that. So we can't really blame all of that on one player. I know there's that narrative going around that CR7 it was the issue. CR7's been probably one of our most.
That's a weird narrative, man. It's such like football is so. If you really think about the things that people say in football, it's like if you actually break it down and look at the logic, it makes no sense.
No,
like Ronaldo has saved.
He's been our best player.
For the most
he's been our best player all season. Yeah, he's been our best player all season. So I can't put it on him.
Okay, there's your answer, Shane. So thanks for that, Mukhtar, and Kadus for the feedback as well. Let's go over to score predictions. So the first game I would like prediction for is Arsenal versus Newcastle, which is that Saturday 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Let's start with you, Kadus. What's your score prediction?
2-0 Arsenal.
Cool, nice. Dwayne?
I'll go 3-1 Arsenal.
Nice. Isha?
2-2.
Wow. Okay, and Mukhtar?
2-0 Arsenal. 2-0.
Okay, and then we're going to go on to our 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. We have Liverpool versus Southampton. Oh, I didn't even give my prediction. My bad. I would say 2-0 Arsenal. Thank you, Kadus. Thank you. Yeah, Mukhtar, you're a bit late. Kadus got it before you. So again, Liverpool versus Southampton, 3 p.m. on Saturday. Kadus, what are you saying?
3-1 Liverpool. I do think Southampton's going to score. 3-1.
Okay. Mukta, I'll go to you next.
I will say, no, I still think it'll be clean sheet. I would say maybe 2-0. 2-0.
Okay. I'm going to say 3-0 Liverpool. Dwayne, what do you think?
I'm going 3-0 Liverpool.
Okay. And Isha?
But it won't be easy. It won't be easy.
I agree. It's going to be 2-0. Take us a while to break them down.
Yeah.
Okay. And the big one, the big game of the weekend on Sunday at 4:30, we have Chelsea versus United. Let's go to you first, Dwayne. What's your score prediction?
Whew. So it's going to be a close one. I still feel Chelsea win 2-1.
Okay. Isha?
I ain't got a clue. So I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay. I think United will be up for it, but I still think Chelsea will take it. So I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea. Kadus, what is your score prediction?
My heart, 2-0 Chelsea.
Cool. And last but not least, Mukta, where are we going with this game?
1-1.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm very intrigued to see if they'll be able to stop the attack. I just think it's going to be a good battle, the attack versus their defense. But their attack versus our defense, that's not a battle. So I'm being more on the optimistic side. I'm going to say 1-1.
Perfect. And so before, let's see what other people have been saying. So Kemal
Just a question
says,
as well. Is Pogba back this weekend as well?
No, Pogba
No, he's out for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, James is upset about that one. Kemal says 2-0 Arsenal. Kemal again 3-0 Liverpool. Shane says 1-0 Arsenal. Emil Smith Rowe to score. Wow, no one's rating Obama, man. Wow, Kemal agrees with you. He says 1-0.
Man, like Kemal.
Shane says 2-0 United. VDB to score. Wow, so he's back in United for this one.
I think he's joking.
Okay, let's move on from Kemal because we're trying to keep the bad language down. But he does says Manchester United will win. Guys, that has been it. That has been today's podcast. Thank you for watching so much. But before I go, please make sure you remember to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back with you next week, Wednesday, the same time, 7:30. Thank you so much for watching and take care.
I'll take the
Bye.
Peace out.